Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome, my Scorpio friend, to the Divine Phoenix Rising Tarot. I am Zachary. Thank you for joining me here this week. This is going to be your reading for October 30th through November 5th. Now, you guys, last week was awesome. Super, super great energy. I am really excited to see what's going to happen this week. I am going to just dive right in. I have a few things to chat about, but we'll get there while I'm shuffling here. So, Spirit, we are looking for Scorpio's spirit animal for the week of October 30th through November 5th. So to start, you guys, thank you so much for your support. I am going through the process right now. It was 3 weeks yesterday that I've started this, and YouTube is getting me set up to monetize already, which is blowing my mind in the best possible way. I absolutely would love to be able to do this for you guys full time. I have a lot of things that I want to make this channel into, and I wasn't expecting it to happen this quickly. So there are definitely some growing pains going on my end, but I am not complaining about it. It's just a journey that I am enjoying and participating in somewhere I've never been before. And it's thanks to you guys. Okay. I mean, I'm grateful I got out of my way and made this happen, but you guys have just been so wonderful. So thank you for your support. And please continue to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Those are all great ways to continue to help support me and the mission here, moving this forward. I do have my Cash App and PayPal in the description here too. If you do feel generous and want to donate in more of a monetary way, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And to those that have already, thank you so much. It's not mandatory and doesn't change the way I feel about you. I still love you very much. Thank you just for being here. Okay. And then check out your rising, moon, and Venus as well for a more complete picture, especially if there is love. Check out your moon and Venus. The other water signs this week have had Cancer was being a little bit of a player, but great energy. And Pisces, you guys, I have not, like, the week before, you guys were the star child. I have not seen that kind of energy coming through in a reading yet. Pisces had some like cosmic energy that wow, that's wow. Oh, I'm really excited to see what you guys have here. I'm hoping that we can continue it on from last week. Raccoon, inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So we'll definitely investigate that trickster energy sticks out to me. Are you being a trash panda this week, Scorpio? Or is somebody being a trash panda to you? Maybe a little column A, a little column B. But there's a note of needing to decide what it is that you really want this week. I think after last week, those of you that message applied to, that was some hella good champion, king, boss energy. I know I got some comments on some of you were doing a film festival. Some of you were running for some sort of office, and that's what, like, some really impressive things. So please, in the comments here as well, I'd like to know how some of those turned out, because there was a note of time limit on them as well, which makes sense. You know, you're running some election, there's a time limit on that. Film festival, something like that. Something with work. There was a project somebody was working on as well. Thank you guys for sharing that too. I seriously love to be a part of that. I will live vicariously through you any day, especially when there's a wonderful, not on that one read with the slippery snake. I won't live through you at that point. But yes, I'm hoping that you guys are continuing to experience success. And those of you that have still been struggling from earlier in the month, I'm here for you, boo. You need to send me a message. I'll send you some love. Okay? You can email me anytime. So Spirit, what do we have for Scorpio for the week of October 30th through November 5th? Oh, and one last piece. So I still have that contest going on for my 1,000 subscribers. Feel free to go to my community page if you're new here to put your name into the drawing. That'll be at the end of the month here. But I am also opening up a little bit more about my story here, and not to get in too deep to all of it, but because I've been struggling this week, it just felt important to me to illuminate this component of myself. And I've told all the other signs, so I'll bring you in too. So I was diagnosed with narcolepsy at the end of last year, and it's something that I have been living with my whole life. I just didn't know. I fell out of a bunk bed when I was 3 years old, hit my head on a toy piano, and ended up having a seizure. Went to the hospital for about a week and a half. They didn't think I'd walk or talk again, and that wasn't true. But they do think that that is what has caused the narcolepsy. And my parents didn't really help me at all as a child. It was a very, very hard childhood in that regard. Having narcolepsy, I had no idea what any of it was about. I thought, oh, you just fall asleep. It's actually much, much more than that. And they don't really know what it is either, like what causes it. There are symptoms, but they don't get it. I saw one doctor, actually, I was reading a letter on, and they were talking about, they're thinking that there's a spiritual component to it that they're not taking into consideration. And I would tend to agree. So with narcolepsy, you fall asleep during the day and you can't sleep at night. So I've just lived my life self-medicating, trying to balance those things out with not much success. But you tend to fall into sleep paralysis a lot. Everybody can experience sleep paralysis, but those with narcolepsy experience it at a larger degree. There are hypnopompic and hypnagogic hallucinations, which are going to sleep and waking up, going through those twilight or theta brainwave state processes where there are hallucinations, is what they call them. But between you and me, I think that some of them are less, they're not the same as like schizophrenic hallucinations. I wish I could explain a lot of my experience, but it's been terrifying. And I used to go into my parents' room as a child and try to explain what was going on with me, and they would just tell me that it wasn't real and to go back to bed. And so I gaslit myself my whole life over things that were happening there. But anyway, the reason I was bringing it up this week is because my energy levels are severely affected with it, and it can fluctuate throughout a reading. It can fluctuate week to week, day to day. And I was dragging ass with these other reads. They were getting up to about an hour long, and it's a bit long. Which if you guys have some input on what you'd like to see timing wise, what's best for you, I'd like to hear that too in the comments so that I can start to craft this a little bit better. But I also have cataplexy attached to it, which is, and not everyone knows narcolepsy is cataplexy. It's loss of muscle tone or control with intense emotion. So think like fainting goat. They get scared and they just fall over. I usually, if I'm really tired, my head might droop. If I'm laughing a lot, my knees might buckle. I'm sitting, so that's not a problem. There have been a few times in my life where I've gone fully paralyzed, hit the floor and gone fully paralyzed. And that's usually out of extreme fear or anger. And it's absolutely terrifying, you guys. I felt compelled to share it as well because I've had you guys starting to share some of your stories, and especially health things, as I'm talking about not having fear. And I just want you to know that I'm not trying to be dismissive or diminutive about things that you may be experiencing or having fear. I just want you to know that I do know what it feels like to have fear and to need to work through it. Okay. I've worked through my whole life with some extreme panic and anxiety disorders because of what I experienced with my narcolepsy. So I just want you to know a little bit more about myself. Hopefully that helps you guys understand a little bit better to what I'm saying when I am saying that. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to be supportive. I want you to be brave. I want you to be able to come through your own fear too, because when you give in to your fear, it 100% of the time is going to become more real or 100% real than it ever was going to be. That fear is the anticipation of what's coming. It's not, there may be a probable future coming for you, but even then you don't know until you get there. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll get off my soapbox there, but and thank you guys for hearing me. I just wanted to share that about myself, and I hope that makes things make a little bit more sense for me too, as you're watching this. I love you, Scorpio. Okay, Spirit, what do we have for Scorpio? High Priestess, okay. Starting off with a bang. Justice, the World, and Eight of Pentacles. Dang, you guys. 3 major arcana out the gate. Judgment, 10 of Cups, and 9 of Pentacles. That's a lot. And the Star. What? Okay, Scorpio. I'm getting chills too. I got these chills with Pisces reading. That was like, I get these chills as confirmation with things, but it was the first time in a reading that I've received that strong of confirmation. This is feeling very similar to that. So let's figure out what's going on. The star here, though, by the way, at the bottom of the deck, what I'm getting with that is that some of you are afraid of, maybe afraid of your own success. Maybe afraid to really truly put out there what it is that you want, because maybe you can feel that it is actually there for you, and there's some sort of fear about actually receiving it. Kind of like that message last week. That was, I mean, that was energy that once you receive that, you need to be ready. You need to be ready to live that life, and that can be terrifying. But Scorpio, get ready. Get ready. It's coming. Get ready to rumble. Okay, what do we have? We're doing love and career here. And I'm finishing these off the same way that I did for the other signs, but I'm going to adjust it next week because I am trying to adjust the time a little bit so it's not so long. So love, you had 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, career, 4 of Wands, King of Swords, and 5 of Cups. And in that vein, I am curious as well, if you guys can help me out in the comments. Would you prefer to have a longer video, a shorter video? Do you want 2 shorter videos, like a general read and then love and career? How would you like to enjoy what's going on here, or receive the message? Would you watch a part 1, part 2? Do you just want me to zip it up, shut up and get through it? Or what is it that you'd like? Because I've got a pretty split opinion on that. And I'd like to hear what you have to say, okay? King of Pentacles. Woo! You guys, remember King of Pentacles last week? Yeah. This is coming out. It's still the same week that you're in here, though, but this is what you're hoping for. This is what you're dreaming for. It's there. If it didn't show up in this last week, this King of Pentacles energy it's coming for you, Scorpio. So lunar eclipse too, by the way, on the 28th. That is eclipse season here. And if you've watched some of my other videos, the eclipses are portals. Lunar is attached to solar, is attached to lunar, and it just wormholes through time and space. So last eclipse season that we had was early May and April. So late spring, early summer. If you think back to what was going on at that time, you're going to see those themes thread through what's happening right now. Either you are overcoming those things, you're taking it to the next level, spiraling up. Maybe you're struggling with the same things, or maybe you're regressing in those moments as well. But now it's a good time with eclipse season. That's a part of the illumination. You're going to be shown what's up, dog? What's up? So I'll just take that into consideration. And having the High Priestess here as the energy you're coming into the week with. This is the I've been splitting the Empress and the High Priestess up into like the warmer, I don't want to say colder, light and dark portions of the divine feminine is what's going on. The High Priestess is all about intuition, but she's more the dark side, and I don't mean like evil. The dark side as far as the unconscious. The unconscious does not have light shed on it. That's the conscious. So that's what the High Priestess is representing here. She is sitting in front of, not in this picture here, but she's sitting in front of the portal to the galaxy, behind there. That is the greater unconscious of everything. So you're coming in, and that's you, Scorpio. I mean, you guys are such deep, deep water. You are practically, sitting on the shore of that unconscious ocean all the time. Sometimes you dip a toe, sometimes you skip a rock, sometimes you fall in. And that's what I'm getting from this energy, though. You're coming into the week here very, very in tune. And there are things that are going to be, like with the eclipse, there's illumination that's happening for you. You guys are crossing a major threshold right now. And I'm here for it. Okay, so let's keep going. Justice. This is the energy that's not important this week. So this one might be a hard one for you too to release, because you've got judgment in your conflict or your bane this week. I think some of you you're wanting justice, karma to be served. Maybe you've been wronged. Maybe something's just been taken. May have not been somebody that did something to you or took something from you. But being in love here, actually, it kind of feels like some of you, maybe you have a 7 of Swords here. So maybe somebody did you dirty, okay? You are being asked this week to put the death stare. That's what I'm getting. So on the bottom of the card here, when it's flipped this way, you see that stare? That's you. That stare that could turn somebody to stone. You're being asked to just table that, put a pin in it for this week, that energy. Because you are coming into some beautiful things, you guys. And why would you want to track mud all over a brand new ivory carpet? Is what I'm getting. Okay? It still smells good. It still has that beautiful smell. I mean, I know it's the carpet glue, but it smells so good, you guys. So you're being asked to just not focus on having something served justice-wise to you, exacting revenge. Put your plot on hold for just a second, okay? Not this week, maybe next week. I said that actually, it might have been last week too. No world domination this week, maybe next week. We're still putting that on hold. We're going to table it. World domination could be coming in later, okay? So you do have the world, though, that's important this week. And this energy is the completion of a cycle. I feel like you guys are leveling up in a major way, especially by choosing, because you can make the choice not to. You could be this individual here. But by making the choice to consciously table this, you are allowing this to come through. You're allowing yourself to go through this portal, this Ouroboros here, this Ourobortal, if you will. I know I will. This is something major. This individual that's going through the portal is the master of all of the tarot. They have all of the gifts and abilities that the major arcana have to offer. And they are stepping into a world confident AF because they have all of that power. They can create anything just by willing it, wanting it, willing it willy-nilly even. Okay? This is great, you guys. I feel some good stuff coming in for you. It's been good since last week, and thank God, because you had some choppy waters too. And I know this doesn't apply to everybody. This is a general read. Take what does resonate with you and leave the rest for someone else, okay? 8 of Pentacles, this is what it's good for, or where you're heading. 8 of Pentacles is all about hard work, putting work into something that's worthwhile. So what I'm getting from this is that this could be dovetailing off of that situation. Maybe you were that person in the film festival and you were chosen. And now it's time to put in more work because you're being requested to create something new. Maybe you did get elected into office. Now it's time to actually put the work in. You thought it was hard going through the election process, this is the time where you're supposed to actually put the work into what you've promised everybody, right? So you guys are crossing this, or going through the Ourobortal, crossing a threshold that you've been wanting to cross here too, and you're coming into it with a deep awareness of the unconscious existence too. At least being beckoned, to come to. You're being invited in to participate in that. So there's something meaningful, just like Pisces, you guys, they were like, not just leveling up, but mastering is what it was. I feel that for you too. Okay, so many chills. Holy God. Oh my gosh. You guys are transforming as well. But I'm feeling drawn to this trickster energy here. It may be you. I feel like it's you, honestly. I think some of you who are resonating with this or whatever's going on here, because Scorpio, let's be real, Scorpio, okay? You're wonderful, truly wonderful. And we all can be in our own ways too. There are light sides and dark sides to every sign. Duh. The dark side of the Scorpio, though, is kind of terrifying. And a lot of the signs, they can be in their own way, but you guys have a special chip on your shoulder. You're the ones who can hold a vendetta for not just this life, but all of them. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this with the trickster energy is, you know what, you guys, don't sabotage yourself, okay? Because that energy, whatever your being is coming through, that threshold to step through, it is a metal detector of sort, a detector of energy, and you cannot falsify it, okay? You're going to go through maybe regardless, but you may have to step through and let go of some of these abilities if you're going to hang on to whatever's going on here. So that trickster could be that chip that's on your shoulder. Let it go, you guys. Send it back to the Lay's company, Frito Lay's. You don't need that chip. Hard work, that's what's coming in for you. And I don't feel like a burnout with this either, you guys. This is something that you've been wanting. Judgment, this is going to be the energy that you need to release. Excuse me, your challenge, your bane for the week. Judgment is about true discernment. It's about taking stock of yourself and seeing what it is, what it isn't, what it should be, what it shouldn't be, what you want to be, what you don't want to be, and inviting yourself to make those changes, to first of all be honest with yourself, but then to make those changes to bring that self forward, okay? And that makes sense. If there is something going on here where you've been hanging on to needing this justice or this balance, first of all, you guys, you're not in charge of that. None of us are. And by holding on to that with a death grip, you may think that you're, putting that energy out for it to happen, but it's actually the reverse. All that's happening is that you are sullying, is the word, just sullying, you're soiling your good karma. You're ruining, like I said, you don't want to drag mud into that brand new ivory carpet. You just had the house bill. You don't want to go hire a carpet cleaning company. Come on, guys. That was an expensive house. Don't ruin it for you. Leave the garbage at the bin by the door. It's by the garage, okay? Recycling bin is next to it. Just make sure that you sort. It's going to be a challenge this week because of, I think that could be the trickster energy for you too. You guys are just struggling with yourself to let go of things that need to be let go of because you're feeling that if you let go of it, maybe it doesn't matter, or who's going to remember that it happened if you don't? The universe knows, okay? The Akasha literally has all of the information from the beginning of time throughout all of time that we haven't even experienced yet. So I promise you, it's been recorded. It's okay if you let it go, okay? It's on TiVo. Comcast has it recorded. Because this is what's coming in, you guys. This is your blessing for the week. 10 of Cups. Woohoo! But you gotta drop the garbage off, you guys. At least make the decision to start dropping it off. 10 of Cups, this is your happy family card. This is your divine love, access to that beautiful, warm, vibrant love, true love. And that doesn't have to be in a romantic sense. I'm talking about the love that sustains us. So this is coming in for you this week. And I think it's because you are crossing that threshold. You are making that decision to let the crap go. So the universe is going, well, maybe they're serious now. Looks like it. I think some of you have been tested with whatever the situation or situations with the justice for a while. You've been having probably throughout your eclipses, honestly, think back. You've had opportunities to let it go and you just haven't been letting it go. So get it right, get it tight this time, you guys, because universe is ready to shower you with praise of such a good job that you did. The energy that needs to be released in order to achieve the highest outcome is the 9 of Pentacles. And this is, this is your abundance too. This is success. Whatever, I'm still being drawn back to this. Whatever happened here, you guys, I'm tired of telling this story. I don't know how you're still carrying it around. Something was meant to be a success for you and it wasn't. Whether that's a relationship, a job, a hobby, I don't know. Maybe you started a YouTube channel yourself. Maybe you decided to start knitting scarves and selling them on Etsy and it just didn't work out. Whatever the case is, I feel like you're carrying around a whole bag of potato chips or crisps, depending on where you're watching in the world. You've been carrying that that disappointment and that defeat or loss of success, even though it wasn't a loss because you never really got there, it just wasn't something that turned out to be what you wanted it to be. And the thing is, we don't always get what we want. It's okay to let this go, you guys, because you have the best stuff coming in. Let that go. You will get, your success is coming. I promise you. I promise. So I'm going to clarify some of these cards here. Spirit, can we clarify the outcome? Bane, boon, and energy that needs to be released. Still a great read. I mean, especially after last week too. I'm grateful that it's not like a complete shift of poo-poo, like a flaming bag of dog poop on your porch. I mean, we still have love and career, I guess. We'll get through there. Career might be a little painful. We'll talk about that. We will talk about it. Balance. For Eight of Pentacles here, Judgment is clarified by rest. Ten of Cups is boundaries, and Nine of Pentacles is awakening. So, with the work here, juggling too many things at once, find time for yourself. So maybe, you know what? There is a little bit of note of burnout here for some of you. Which kind of, it makes sense. Whatever threshold you're crossing here, this is something you've wanted to cross for a long, long time and deserve to cross for a long time. But you've been in your way. Universe has been asking you to let this go, and you just haven't been. No judgment, no shame. Just get on with it already, Scorpio. Get on, girl. You can do it. I believe in you. So balance. You're just being encouraged to make sure you're taking time to recharge yourself too. Whatever energy that you're putting out there to produce what you want, make sure that you're taking time to recharge that energy so you can continue to put it out. Because rest is coming through with Judgment as well. Listen to your body mentally and physically unwind. I think this is where you're going to find your ability to, what I'm feeling actually is you're storing this in your body. Do some of you have an injury? Bad back, shoulder, hip, back, elbow, shoulder, a bum knee. I feel more like hip, knee, ankle, maybe a bad foot even. You broke a foot and the bones didn't heal super well. Or even an injury that hasn't healed super well. What I'm getting from that is that could be connected to what this is that you're not letting go of. Maybe that'll start healing up once you make that decision to let it go or to become aware of it. And maybe that's what you need to become aware of in releasing that true component of yourself. I just have health coming in, like nothing crazy, just crazy. Just something that has not been quite right for a while. That can be made right here, but you need to give it a rest too. Put it to bed, Scorpio, put it to bed. Boundaries and the Ten of Cups. Know when to put up and let down your walls. I think this is a situation where you need to let your walls down in order to let this, because the divine can come through yourself, but I'm feeling like this is coming through somebody else too. Maybe not necessarily a romantic love, but there's love to be shared at the grocery store even, you guys, I've had some really wonderful connective moments with people randomly. Have an open heart is what I'm feeling here. Don't be so guarded. Once you start releasing whatever this is that you need to release that should have been released a while ago, I think it'll be easier for you to let your guard down. Somebody, it's probably has hurt you too. Maybe it's not a physical injury either that you've been carrying around. Maybe it's an emotional injury, which makes more sense for a Scorpio. I feel like someone maybe did do you dirty, really said something hurtful, and screw them. I'm on your side anyway, okay? Don't tell them. All right, Nine of Pentacles and awakening, a realization, shift, and discovery. I think that the realization is that, or the shift that you need to make towards this, whatever the success was that you didn't gain, is that you didn't need it. You're in a place right now where you're moving towards your best success anyway. So it's okay to just let it go. You don't need to hang on to every modicum of pain that you've experienced in your life like it is your story, because it's not serving you positively. It's not doing anything for you. Like if you are going to open that book up for somebody, that they're going to understand you better, or it explains who you are. No, you guys, no. No. That book really only needs to be read by you and maybe your counselor, team of healthcare practitioners, because nobody else can help you in that regard either. No matter who hurt you, may not have been your fault and you didn't deserve it, but you are 100% responsible for healing it, for yourself and for others, because we bleed on others when we're not healed. And that's what I'm getting from this. Maybe that success wasn't available to you because you have been carrying around like a martyr. I love you. Okay, we're gonna move into love here. I know that's kind of a rough note to to leave off on. That's for some of you. I think for others of you, part of your shift or realization or discovery that you're having is that you are close. You're on the precipice of reaching something really, really wonderful. So there's the full scale of you for you there on that. Because you're crossing some thresholds, you're leveling up, you're hitting some points that you haven't been able to hit before in the past. But that was for someone, okay? Moving into love, we've got 7 of Swords, you guys. Woo, all right. 6 of Pentacles, and then 2 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting, it's kind of connected to, actually, maybe that story of martyrdom. I feel like whoever that is, you're collecting your pain as if it's going to save you in some way. If you continue to repeat your story, that it will make it worth it, or make it mean something. And it doesn't. All it does is make you continue to go through it, because your brain doesn't know any different about whether something's physically happening or not. If you're continuing to carry that in your head and your heart, ow, Scorpio. I just feel like my chest just started being squeezed. That's, you don't need that. Let that go. That is a really shitty way to live. I'm going to be honest with you. You don't deserve that, and other people don't deserve that either. So I'm just encouraging you. Spirit is offering another way of looking at that, which is actually what I get from the 7 of Swords. Nice segue, huh? Instead of being a situation where there is like betrayal or sneaky activity going on, what I'm feeling is that you guys are actually looking for a different way to proceed with something. Maybe this is behavior that you have been participating in the past, and you are seeing that it's not working. Maybe that's a part of the shift and realization that you're going through. This ain't working anymore. It ain't working for me. So you are starting to put out there a call for a different way to proceed with something. I love that, Scorpio. That is sexy. Good for you. 6 of Pentacles here. This is going to be the action to avoid. I'm feeling very much like, I'm going to clarify this a little bit, because you've got 2 of Pentacles in the action to take. So your action to avoid is balance, and your action to take is balance. In the action to avoid here, what I'm getting is, so 6 of Pentacles is going to be more your give and take. What I'm feeling is that this isn't a time to worry about what you're getting from somebody else or what you're giving to somebody else as far as relationship or love goes. What you need to be focusing on more right now is possibly balancing your work and home life, or work and play. I think because you're in a time of transition, like you're calling for a new way of doing things right now. Hold please is what I'm getting. Operator, hold please. You've made the call and you're being connected right now. Okay, so there's a need for patience and to focus on the appropriate things, because right now there is something going on in your material world that you are crossing some major, you're going through your aura portal, you guys. Your Squirtle or Abortle. I'm going to get some clarification on love or relationship for Scorpio here. And that could be for singles or mingles, okay? Those of you singling or mingling. Evaluation. Feed out what doesn't serve you, reevaluate the situation. Connected to the 7 of Swords here, like I said, you guys are reevaluating. And you've got the Judgment here. You're looking through and processing what is the next step for you, what you want to take as the next step for who you are. And that's going to start reflecting into your exterior world. So that's what I was getting from the Seven of Swords. You're looking for a new way to do things. You've been evaluating yourself, and maybe you have been sneaky, and maybe you've been stealing somebody's swords just because you can. Or maybe you've had swords stolen from you. But you've been evaluating that. You don't want to live your life like that no more. And I don't blame you. So career here, a little more sharp. You got the King of Swords, Four of Wands, and then Five of Cups. So King of Swords here is they're logical. They are cunning. They are like not a tactile person, but they have like they make a good, why am I missing the word? Commander chief, leader of the war. What I'm getting from this is there's a position that you're in where you have been commanding a position, a situation in your work. And this is what you're used to. You're respected for it. You're good at making decisions. You're good at using intelligence to craft and synthesize ideas and concepts and put those together. You know, maybe you're an accountant. Maybe you work with computers. You're a computer engineer of some sort, or a lead somewhere where you're leading a team, a crew. This is what I'm getting from this. And coming forward, there's the Five of Cups as action to take. So what? Four of Wands. Let me get there. Sorry. Let me bring it all back together. Four of Wands here. This is the action to avoid. And that would be celebration. Like a success in some way here. Maybe even a little bit. I feel like the marriage component kind of what I'm getting from it is maybe some of you have been trying to synthesize or combine multiple portions of your life together with your career. I'm getting for some of you kind of like that thought in The Devil Wears Prada. I don't know if you've watched that. One of my favorite movies, though, where Anne Hathaway's character is talking to Meryl Streep, and she's like, I don't want this life. You know, she screwed her friend over or whatever. And she's like, Andrea, don't be silly. Everybody wants this. In getting to that point where she was at the top of the top, she had to sacrifice everything else. I mean, Stanley Tucci's character says something like, let me know when your whole life goes up in flames or whatever. It means you're ready for a promotion. What I'm getting from this threshold, or like last week, what was going on for you, you are moving forward in these ways that are incredible, and these wonderful things that you deserve that are coming in are worth it, and you deserve them. And it's a time where you're having a hard time balancing maybe a work-life balance. And I think that's where this Two of Pentacles is coming in, saying to focus on that with your romantic side, because career has been taking over. And not that that's a bad thing, but you're being asked, if this is what you want, to start bringing it into balance a little bit. Maybe after this threshold that you go through, you're able to put a little bit more time into the matters of the heart. But right now, you're being told to avoid this. And I think that's because, you guys, you are bringing something into your life, like a stability, a security, a recognition, something that you deserve. Money, King of Pentacles, baby. So right now, I think it's just not important to focus on love, probably. It's coming. It's in the mail, right? It's been sent, but it's been delayed because you've got a larger package that's come in and it's full of money. Oh God, oh my God. That's what I'm getting from it. Because the Five of Cups being the action to avoid, this is like your disappointment. I feel like you may be disappointed. Maybe you've had to say no to some dates, or you've had to sacrifice spending time with kids or your partner, something like that. But this card is also asking you to not focus on it for too long. You do still have Two Cups behind you, right? So don't focus on what it is that you've lost too hard. It's okay to feel disappointed and to grieve. It's important to grieve, because otherwise we start turning into, I don't know, Medusa here. Which, I guess that energy I don't have really any, I don't have any Scorpio. My Scorpio is in Pluto, but I don't understand emulating that Scorpio energy a lot. And sometimes I do need that in my life. So maybe sometimes I get that. That may have somewhere where it has a place. Everything has a place. Denial and dedication. We had two things come through for career. Failure to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles or addictions. And dedication, stay dedicated to your goals, efforts that will reap success. I swear to God, that's literally what I just said, okay? If you want to rewind it a second, that's totally fine. The denial is that I think you're trying to hold this give and take here where you're being asked to avoid in your relationship and to go back to your work and life balance. The denial is that I can have it all. I can, and you can, you guys. But balance is not a static thing. You can't line everything up in a row. It's a flow. Okay, so right now you're here with career. And in order to get up there with relationship, you need to finish what's going on here, stabilize so that you can come back up here. So that's the failure of acceptance in the situation that I'm getting for you. It's okay. Maybe you've been waiting for love for a long time. It's coming. Okay? Don't get down on yourself. And then dedication, say dedicated to your goals, efforts that will reap success. That's your career, you guys. It's coming. Let this come down so that this can equal itself out, okay? I love you so much, Scorpio. Thank you for joining me here this week. This is really a great week, and I'm excited to see what's going to come next week for you. I'll get monthlies out here this weekend. So have a great week, you guys. I love you. Bye.